Good day, good day. Short video now. I don't want to take. Just want. I don't want to make long videos just for sake of making like a 10-minute video. If there's not much to say today, it's not gonna be too long. So I kind of didn't have so much to talk about. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the current plan. I kind of went over it, but as this whole YouTube channel is for me to kind of look back, I kind of want to have very clearly in the beginning of all this of this whole challenge what like my ideas, and then I can look back to this and see, okay, this was the plan, and now like a year later, this is where we are. So kind of bringing that into fruition. So yeah, I do almost all I do right now is digital marketing, and it's like I would say for other people. I make websites for other people. I run ads for other people. I do anything for other people. Um, and like we have one web shop we help, uh, my Norwegian local business, and she just sells like cards, and it's been going pretty well. So that made me realize like running ads for it, and I'm happily doing it. Like we get paid for it, of course, but like instead of running these ads for her, not instead, but like might as well just do it for your own product. Like find a product, develop it, or buy it in bulk or whatever, and run ads to yourself because it's working. And e-commerce is something I've been wanting for a long time. I don't know if I mentioned in the first video, but like drop shipping and all that stuff I've been into like since like 5 years before I even started SMA, but I never actually went on and did anything with it. Like I bought like a course, and never actually went like the full step. I bought like a Shopify store on Fiverr. The guy added some products, never went through with it either. And then I just started like doing SMA. I kind of been occupied with that, but I was like, I still like this. And my best friend, he has a web shop selling plants, so like he sells kind of like high end plants, and I also see how well that is doing. And I like he we all obviously talk a lot about it. It gets me very interesting into ecom. Um, so yeah, I just want to bring this cash flow from SMMA or other like marketing businesses efforts I do into ecom, whether it's like making my own store, making my own brands, or focusing more on helping other stores with ads and like setting up stuff. Secondly, I kind of want to like launching a course is not necessarily the first thing I want to do, but just like having some form of teaching to people, because I've purchased quite a lot of different courses, some expensive, some cheap, and the good ones they have actually helped me a lot. Like looking back now, I wish I didn't go to school at all. 4 year degree, international business management. It's okay, like like you have a safety net, but again, I don't really think people care about the degree anyway nowadays, as long as you are qualified. So yeah, looking back, I rather didn't spend money on a degree, and especially the time, 4 years. It was a good time, but still, rather I would have taken like 10% of the money. Like I'm very fortunate; my parents paid for the education and everything. But let's say you take 5K, which is like if you compare it to like 4 years of studying, and I was studying in Netherlands, so it's not that expensive, but still like compared to the whole experience, 5K is nothing. So like take 5K, buy a course or like some sort of mentorship for maybe 1 or 2K. The rest you can use for especially ecom for a store, buying some bulk order, and just going there from there, take it from there. Like in my case, learn digital marketing, work for free for the first two clients, then build up your portfolio. Like that would have been, looking back, the most ultimate road, I think. Because all the stuff I learned in school, this is not like a typical video bashing on school, but like it's my experience that looking back, I was like, everything I do now, school helped maybe 2%. The only thing that taught me is to think critically. Like you have to write your own thesis and all that stuff, and you have to think very critically, and like you write stuff down and like why you're writing this down, like is this giving value to the whole thesis and the whole portfolio, like the whole thing you're writing, or are you just writing it down for kind of fluff? That that I got taught a lot in school, like just not like just write stuff or say stuff just to fill up a page. But that's the only thing. Like if we're talking marketing and like actual skills, zero. It did get me into marketing and interested in marketing, but like actually teaching me anything, nothing. So, but yeah, looking back, it's hard to kind of change things, and I guess that shaped me to who I was as well, studying and putting effort into a 4 year degree. Failed one time as well, like the thesis, so that kind of sucked, but it's whatever. That taught me a lot. But yeah, so kind of going back to the second point, like I do think like teaching somebody like through a course or through like a mentorship is very interesting. Also, especially because I know people say that, or people, it's like proven that when you teach people, like it's the best form of kind of remembering it yourself. Like that's also very, I think it's a very interesting thing. But yeah, like ultimately, if I could choose what I spent my time with the most, it would be definitely teaching people and then starting a brand on the second, because I just feel that's something you can be very proud of. Like I can be proud of my, I would say my agency with the chiropractic thing, but it's not like something I'm like, yeah, this is amazing what I've built. But like I feel with a brand, like if you build up a brand for a few years and you get some sales and you get to maybe hire some people, like people recognize your brand, and you can do it as well with service. But I'm more talking about a product actually here. So that's kind of why I started like a clothing. Like in my head, it would be amazing, like kind of traveling to different fairs, different shops, like talking to people and kind of always talking about your brand or trying to promote your brand. Um, that just sounds very interesting to me. And then I'm also starting like a second brand with coffee, trying to sell coffee, and that also is like something I'm like very interested in, and I can see it go very far. Obviously, I would say it's a lot more challenging in the beginning. Like as a mate, you can literally just help one for free person in your local area, whatever service you deliver, and kind of go from there, and you kind of know what to do. But branding is like it's a whole different level, I feel. But you can just start small, which I'm kind of doing, and then building upon that step by step actually. But yeah, that's just like what I want. Again, I'm gonna look back to this and see in a year where all that is. But Q4 is coming up, and that's also why I'm like taking big steps into ecom, because like I need to figure all this out now, like this month, and then hopefully have some sales and some progress already, like some small snowball rolling already. Q4 is gonna make it go crazy. So yeah, that was the video for today. A little different, but it's just like I said, to kind of look back to it and hopefully proudly look back to this and see where I am in the next year. Peace.